Hello, everyone. I'm Matt Fick with Financial Life Planners, and this is your stock market update for the week of November 5th, 2024. Today is election day. You can see I have my I voted sticker with a little Gila monster on it for Arizona. And I hope all of you who wanted to vote got the chance to do that today. Obviously, the election is the biggest news of the day, and we'll be touching at that at the end of this video. But I did want to start with some economic news because it is a big economic week as well. First, I want to talk about earnings. We're at the end of earnings season right now, and some companies are still posting their earnings. About 25% of the S&P 500 still has earnings to report this week, so definitely something to keep an eye out for. Another big thing in the economic calendar this week is going to be the Fed meeting and on Friday. The Fed is expected to have another 25 basis point cut, which isn't as big a deal as it was a couple months ago when the Fed was determining that they were going to cut rates, but still something to keep an eye out for and gauge how the economy is looking as a whole when Powell speaks on Friday. Um, I also wanted to go ahead and take a look at the S&P. Those of you who watch the stock market updates regularly know I'm a big fan of my charts. So here is the S&P 500, and if you watch the video I had at the beginning of October, you'll see kind of that pattern that I was talking about, with a peak in the middle of the month, like we had in the past couple election cycles, and a pretty sharp pullback right before. We're seeing a little bit of a bump up during election day, and that just might have to do something with investor confidence. I also thought it'd be fun to show you a volatility index that we kind of gauge for what consumer confidence is looking like. So I'll show you that as well. And with the volatility index, the VIX, it's kind of the opposite of a stock. You want it to be going down, meaning that there's less volatility, more consumer confidence in the market. And you'll kind of see when we had that pullback at the end of October and the beginning of November, a little peak in volatility right there. And right now, as the market and the S&P is doing well, that volatility is starting to pull back. For those of you curious, there is a gigantic wall of volatility on the left here, and that was that day in August that we had a 10% correction. So kind of just an interesting tool to see how consumer confidence is looking as a whole. And now to the thing on everyone's mind, the election. I wanted to touch on how the stock market is affected by the election and what we can expect in the next couple months to end out the year. Uh, Generally, November and December have been really good months in the market, especially in election years. But what is most important is certainty. The market more cares about not who is elected, but that we have an elected candidate and that is what the idea is going forward. So as long as we see some solidarity in a united front, after we can expect the market to do well. Not that we're expecting anything like that, but just to keep something to keep an eye on. That's all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out to us by phone or email, and we'll talk to you next week. Okay, bye bye.